and welcome to the inaugural showing of Laurel Business Today on the new Laurel TV network. I'm your host, Alicia Fields. Currently, I serve in the mayoral appointed capacity as Business Services Coordinator for the City of Laurel, with a particular emphasis on our designated revitalization areas. If you haven't noticed, Laurel is booming with economic development, and in order to stimulate similar economic development to what we're experiencing on the main Route 1 thoroughfare, the Mayor and City Council enacted an ordinance to authorize the Economic Development Program for Main Street and the Route 1 corridor. While businesses throughout the City of Laurel have an opportunity to guest appearance on Laurel Business Today, many of the businesses that we feature will be newcomers to our Main Street and existing businesses on our Main Street. For many years, it has been a quiet, low-key Main Street experience. Change is coming, and we have some very exciting businesses on our Main Street, and more are on the way. In Main Street economic development news, the American Mediterranean restaurant Olive on Main has quickly become our local Cheers kind of restaurant, where everyone knows your name and they're always glad you came. In collaboration with the Laurel Arts District Committee, they rotate art on the restaurant walls monthly, featuring local artists, and then they host a Meet the Artist happy hour. This has caught fire in the community. The next one will be on October 23rd from 5 to 7, and that's at Olive on Main at 504 Main Street. We have a sweet shop on Main Street, Basket Treats at 349 Main. You might never know it's there because the shop owner has only recently decided on the perfect exterior signage. But to walk in is simply like being in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. She literally has lollipops painted on the walls. She makes everything from cupcakes and decadent chocolates to these sweet, savory drinks, and they're pretty unbelievable. She is now hosting a monthly sip and shop happy hour and an open house. The next one, you can find information for that on our website at www.thecityoflaurel.org. Oliver's Old Town Tavern is coming back to Main Street. 531 Main Street had most recently been under the name Main Street Sports Grill and had taken on different ownership throughout the years. But now it's returning to its original name, Oliver's Old Town Tavern. And it holds many good memories and fun times for lots of our longtime Laurel residents. The pub is highly anticipated for an opening sometime this month of October. Stay tuned for the exact grand opening date. Venus Theater Play Shack, located at 21 C Street, right off Main, just performed their 49th play script, We Are Samurai. Theater owner Deborah Randall described the style of theater for this show as promenade, where the audience physically follows their choice of each character's journey. It's a very creative and interactive process. The big celebration for Venus Theater this year is that they'll be celebrating their 50th script, which will be performed in this November. Visit their website at venustheater.org for more information. We have some brand new businesses on Main Street. Deborah Ferguson, former owner of Empire Dynasty Beauty Salon, has sold her salon business and moved into the space next door at 338 and a half Main Street, where she has opened a luxury destination wedding and honeymoon business. This has been a long-time passion for Ferguson, a native of the island of the Bahamas. Her packages include excursions, spas, and all that the islands have to offer. Learn more by visiting the website at theempiredynasty.com. Emerald's Fashions is just the kind of boutique you want to find on Main Street. Owner and pocketbook designer Maureen George is talented beyond belief. All of her purses, handbags, clutches, and totes are original designs from her own creativity and are stitched and sewn by her. This is the kind of unique find that makes the difference between the mall and a Main Street. Her studio boutique is in the lower level of 357 Main Street. She expects to participate with the Economic Development Program for a matching sign grant so that we can help her give her more visibility. Discussion of 357 Main Street is a perfect segue into the story of my guest today, Mr. Aaron Narini, owner of Godfrey Graphic Design and Custom Apparel Printing, is also located at 357 Main Street. You can find him in his storefront window airbrushing t-shirts or peer in the window to see him working diligently with a client at the computer for a professional logo design. He has his own apparel line for Godfrey, and when I asked him about Godfrey and what it means, he said, God first. I think that's enough said. So without further introduction and ado, I'd like to welcome my guest today, Aaron, to the set of Laurel Business Today, and especially thank you for agreeing to be the first guest. Aaron?
How you doing?
How are you?
Fine.
Good. I'm so glad you're here today.
Thank you.
And I am excited that you're the first guest of Laurel Business Today.
Thank you.
And I wanted to share with everyone all of the wonderful things that are happening on Main Street, and you are certainly a part of that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's start with God first. I think that's a totally appropriate place to start. What made you choose that name for your apparel line?
Well, me coming up in the church, always put God first in everything that I did. We're not perfect people, so I say put God first and you'll be okay.
Okay, so that's fantastic. And when did you start that? When did you start that apparel line?
I started apparel line 1997, actually when I was in high school. Started by using hand paints on t-shirts. And when I was using hand paints on t-shirts, people were loving my designs. So I said, okay, well, let me try and, sell my product. And at that time, people was loving it. The other students were loving my designs and started buying from me. So that's when I say I started the business in 1997.
1997. And
Yes.
so you grew from t-shirts also into now hats. And what else do you have the God First apparel on?
On many different items, dress shirts, hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, sweatsuit apparel, just pretty much anything. I can put my name on, clothing, hats, everything. So.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, earlier you had mentioned to me that you've been living in Laurel since you were 12 years old. Your family moved here at that time.
Yes.
So that means you went to middle school and high school here. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what middle school did you attend?
I attended Eisenhower Middle School, located in Laurel and off of 197.
Okay. And the high school was, let me guess.
Of course, Laurel High School.
Laurel High School.
Yes, Laurel High School.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. And I think that you and I had spoken, and you said that you started the business in high school, and then you worked for a store in the mall during that time as well. Is that correct?
Yes, I worked in a store called Joey's Clothing Store. That's what really gave me my start, because once I started in high school, everyone was asking, hey, where can I get your clothing from? And that's when I started working in a store called Joey's in Laurel Mall.
Okay, and in Joey's, did they allow you to do the full apparel line there, or was it something as an added apparel line to what they already had in the store? How did that work out?
Actually, he allowed me to go full force with it. He allowed me to airbrush. He allowed me to put my whole clothing line in also. It was a great experience. I learned a lot as far as retail. I learned a lot. Like I said, I did everything he allowed me to do, all my apparel, airbrushing, and so forth.
And how long did you work there before you ended up opening up your own store in the mall?
Well, I actually, let's see, I've been working there for about 4 to 5 years before I actually opened my own store, which was on Route 1, my first location.
Oh, okay. Now, I thought that you had a store also in the mall before getting to the Route 1 location.
Yes, I'm sorry. Let me back up. After working at his store, I actually opened my first store, which was right next to the pretzel place that was located upstairs in Laurel Mall. So that was my first store, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought so. And then you moved to Route 1.
Yes, then I moved to
And
Route 1.
how long were you there?
I was in Route 1 actually for 1 year. That was my first store, and I was happy to take it, but the only thing it was in a basement.
Okay.
So I was relying on prior customers that I already established.
So that was difficult for you for visibility, basically.
Visibility, yes, very
Okay.
difficult.
Okay. So you were relying on your old customers. You weren't really establishing new customers.
Not
And
at all.
is that what made you come to Main Street or seek out another location?
Yes, that what made me want to come to Main Street, just because I seen the foot traffic that I needed to acquire more business. That's exactly why I came to Main Street.
Okay, perfect, perfect. And has it made a difference for you? I mean, have you seen a significant difference in the foot traffic and gaining new customers and all of the things that you had in mind when you made the move?
Yes, it was very significant. I was so happy to actually see customers walking in every single day. If I would have had a customer walk in at the old spot, it was like it was a shock. But now I'm getting customers that are walking in every day inquiring about my airbrush and also my Godfrey apparel.
That's wonderful. That is fantastic. So now 357 Main is also a historic building. Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Very cool. And from what I understand, I'm not a historian for Laurel, but from what I understand, it was the original building for the Laurel Leader newspaper. And so it has long history here.
Wow.
And the owners of the building are absolutely wonderful people. And I'm so glad that we were able to marry that relationship for you to be in that location.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
Absolutely. So you do know also that we are looking to establish Main Street and the Route 1 corridor as an arts district.
Yes.
And you were able to take out a little bit of time of your busy schedule to attend the Meet the Artist event last month.
Yes.
And so I wanted to find out how that experience was for you.
That experience was awesome. I was able to meet different artists from all over, I guess, the Maryland area and also the Laurel area. The setting was nice. We were at Olive on Main, which is a beautiful place. So I had an awesome time.
Good. I'm glad you were able to take out a little bit of time. I wanted to really introduce you to some of the key players in our artist community.
Yes.
And as we have the C Street Flats being built there, who are also very supportive of the arts community, I wanted to introduce you as a different form of art, because art is subjective.
Yes.
And it's in all shapes and sizes. Food can be art. Clothing with your airbrush
Yes.
is obviously art. But I also always have my ear to the ground for our small businesses, in particular here in Laurel. And so I had shared with you earlier in the week that although you have your wonderful airbrush designs in the window storefront, people can sometimes stereotype. And so they see something one time and they make a decision about it. And you have so much more diversity to the business services that you offer.
Yes, I do.
And I made a suggestion that maybe you put a more traditional kind of print t-shirt or something like that in your window, just to allow people to know that you're more than airbrush. And so I wanted to find out from you what the diversity of services are that you offer.
Well, like I said, I offer custom printing. Custom printing as far as not only T-shirts, but business card, logo development design, banners, flyers, event tickets, and et cetera, so forth.
Okay, okay. So that's good to know, because all businesses need marketing materials.
Yes.
All organizations need marketing materials. We need t-shirts and hats and all kinds of things. And if you have the gift to be able to do original logo design for businesses, I mean, that's just priceless.
Yes.
Absolutely priceless.
Yep.
Now, I do know you have a treat for us. You actually have two treats for us today.
Yes.
But the first treat is that you're going to do a little demonstration with your airbrush design.
Yes.
And I wanted to be able to give you a platform for demonstrating how you do that. And this will liken itself to the experience people would have if they pass your window storefront, basically.
Yes. Yep.
And we do have a team represented here. Now, I did ask you about equal time on the whole team thing, because it is football season, okay?
Yes.
And I just want to let people know that you'll do any team you like.
Even though I'm a Redskins fan, I would definitely still do the team that you like.
So today, you're going to do an airbrush design for us for the Baltimore Ravens. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, I think that's appropriate. They just won a good game on Sunday, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
yes.
all right. So that's what we're going to go with today.
Okay.
All right, then.
All right, today what I'll be doing, I'll be finishing up a Ravens t-shirt, Ravens football t-shirt, just adding the rest of the purple to the shirt.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So now tell me a little bit about the technique. Can you talk to us a little bit while you're actually airbrushing?
Yes, that's what I mainly do with my customers.
Okay,
They'll be telling me what they want as I'm airbrushing. For an
okay,
example, this here, I'm just adding the outline, the purple outline, to the Ravens design.
okay. So is it that also customers can sort of customize their design
Yes, makes them
as you're actually doing the design?
yes makes them
Okay.
feel a part of, like, since it's custom, they created the shirt.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Well, that's good because everybody likes to have ownership of something.
Yes, yes,
They want to feel like they were a part of the creation.
exactly. And that's why I love doing it, because when they actually get the shirt itself, they say, "Well, oh yeah, I helped create it,"
I
and it
helped
makes me
create it. They
it
take a
makes me
little
feel good.
ownership.
Yep.
So now, generally speaking, how long does it take for you to do a shirt?
It only depends. Something like a piece like this would take about 15, 20 minutes. Um, 9 times out of 10, you can come in the shop if I'm not busy. You can get a custom T-shirt right on the spot, and I'll knock it out for you, and you can go on about your business.
Wow, wow. Now, when we were speaking earlier about your grand store opening, which you said was, I believe, the end of August, right?
Yes, August 30th.
August 30th, you said that you had done about 50 shirts on
Yeah.
the spot for passersby.
Yes. What I was doing, pretty much, I had my door open, allowing the customers to actually see what I was doing, and pulling the customers in and telling them and airbrushing free names for the customers. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, since then I had a lot of repeat.
You've had a lot of repeat
Lot of
business.
repeat business. Yep.
Okay, so that was definitely a good marketing technique,
Yes.
whether you intended it to be or not.
Yes.
Worked out for you.
Yep.
Done anything for any organizations that
I've done multiple things. Um, the, the sports organization, the basketball team, football team, especially the football team,
Okay.
the Laurel Wildcats.
Okay.
I've been doing shirts actually for them for years, all the different poundage and the children and so forth. Also, a lot of the boxers that box in the area at the local Law Boys and Girls Club gym.
Okay, fantastic. Now, do you freehand this, or is it sketched out first, or how do you stay in the lines, basically?
Most of this is freehand. I think as far as freehanding, it allows me the time. It's because all this is very time consuming.
Okay.
So I try to cut back on time. If I freehand it, I'll be okay.
Wow, that came out nicely.
Thank you.
Just a little piece of cut cardboard, huh?
Yep. And small little things, make a big difference.
Yeah, because I mean that really kind of set it off.
Yep.
I mean it was a nice shirt before, but now
Awesome.
It's awesome.
Yes.
You don't mind if you pat yourself on the back.
You did it for me. Thank you.
That is wonderful. Fantastic.
So what I do now, I pretty much just switching out the colors, and all I'm doing is just all of this is water based. So
Okay.
I'm just switching out color actually from the purple. My last color to add the highlights will be white.
Okay. And how does this hold up in the wash?
Actually, what I do when I'm finished, it's all water based. So when I'm finished, what I do, I take my heat press and apply about 350 degrees pressure
Okay.
and heat to it, which will seal it in a shirt. And you can wash it as many times as you want. It'll fade just a tad bit,
Okay.
but it'll never leave the shirt. The
Okay,
colors
so
will never leave
there's
the
a
shirt.
treatment basically that
Yes.
you put over it after you've done the design?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
And it'll last forever.
Last forever.
Okay, wonderful. So have you had any interesting special requests?
Yes. Like a lot of what I could do with this here is like do portraits. A lot of people ask, well, hey, can you do a portrait of my grandmother that just passed?
Okay.
Or like for birthday parties, people want me to airbrush, I guess, their children on to
Right.
the shirts. So
Okay.
yeah, I get a lot of special requests when it comes to airbrushing.
So how does this differ, I guess, in terms of the artistic portion of it? How does that differ from being a tattoo artist?
It actually, it doesn't. Well, it differs because of the pressure. As far as tattoo, the pressure that you're putting on the person's skin.
Okay.
This is totally different because I'm not actually airbrushing onto the shirt. I'm airbrushing a waves from the shirt.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, so there's no actual contact.
No,
There's
with
no
airbrush, there's no actual contact. It's,
Okay.
It's just nothing but air, pressurized air going through
Okay.
onto the shirt.
Now, but the actual process of the art, the scripts, or like you said, doing a portrait for someone or something like that, is that a similar sort of process or a
Oh
similar
yeah,
sort of?
it's the same thing, similar
Okay.
process. Yep.
Okay.
It's just a little bit more detail when it comes to like pictures.
Okay. Okay. This is awesome. Are these the finishing touches now?
Finishing touches, yeah.
Finishing touches, highlight.
Yep.
Have you had many people come in and inquire about your business just out of curiosity?
Yes, because a lot of people, believe it or not, have not seen no one actually airbrush a shirt in person. Sometimes you can go in the store and actually buy a shirt that's already airbrushed. So for somebody to actually do the product in front of their face, it makes it amazing.
Okay.
And that's it. That's my Ravens
And that's
t-shirt.
it. Fantastic. That's fantastic. I think that we're going to have a lot of people happy to have you in the community.
Yes, thank you.
And I say you are a welcome addition to the Arts District that we're looking to establish here in the downtown Main Street area.
Thank you.
We're just excited about you being here. I wanted to just take a quick shot of this t-shirt you got back here because this is one of your designs.
Yes, my Godfrey signature design.
For Godfrey, one of your Godfrey signature designs. And you also have some hats down here
Yes, has to actually match the apparel.
to match the apparel.
Yes.
Okay. And so now, then you also have the GII, which is the
Logo of Godfrey.
Godfrey. That's the
Yes.
actual logo. Okay, fantastic. Aaron, that came out so beautifully.
Thank you, thank you.
I mean, that is a wonderful design.
Thank you.
And there are going to be a lot of Ravens fans very excited. So I'm hopeful that your phone will be ringing and you'll be having to reply to some emails.
And they also want the Redskin shirts. I also do Redskin shirts, so don't forget for you Redskin fans.
He's an equal opportunity airbrusher. How about that? So whatever team is on your heart, you can just contact him and he can whip something up for you. So that's fantastic. All right. So before we close, I just really kind of wanted to talk about in full balance of what your company does.
Yes.
And the diversity of what your company does. We talked about before making sure that folks don't just brand you as an airbrusher. And so we have something that we worked on together for the city of Laurel. And we are going to present these, actually. I'll let you hold up one and I'll hold up the other. We're going to present these to city leadership, mayor and city council. And basically, the communications department started a My Laurel campaign. We have Laurel TV. We have the My Laurel app, where you can put that on your phone and you can access our services more readily. And now we have a My Laurel t-shirt. And before you go, I definitely want to be able to share with people how they can get in contact with you.
Yes.
So your location is 357 Main Street.
Yes.
And your phone number and email and website, however people can get in contact with you, please share it.
All right. My store phone number is 301-725-2200. You can also reach me on my email address, which is Aaron, AARON, @godfrey.com. Last but not least, my website, which is www.godfrey.com. That's GODFRII.com.
Thank you so much, Aaron, for coming in today.
No
I really
problem.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you were the first guest of Laurel Business Today. And I'm hopeful, actually, that this airing is going to amplify business because that's what it's all about.
Yes,
Your
thank you.
business is our business.
Thank you so